In case you haven't heard already, the development studio Panic Button, the guys responsible for Doom and Wolfenstein 2 getting ported over to the Nintendo Switch, are apparently going to be announcing another port, another project in a month or so from now, probably a bit after the release of Wolfenstein 2 on July 29th. So what could it be? Could it be a Fallout port, maybe Fallout 76 or Fallout 4? Or could it maybe even be Metroid Prime Trilogy HD? Welcome everyone, this is Andres Restart, and as you probably can guess from both the title and my introduction, I am talking about the possibility of Panic Button maybe developing Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. Now, there aren't any rumors out there. This is all pure speculation based off information we have, and full disclaimer, I don't actually think that this is gonna happen. I don't think this is a likelihood, but I do think it's possible, right? But if I had to hedge my bets, I would say maybe they're probably porting a Fallout game, maybe Fallout 76 or Fallout 4. Heck, if it's Fallout 76, that would be great, because it's about the time the Nintendo Switch starts getting, actual multi-platform games that are day and date, close to the release, or the actual same day of release from the other platforms like PlayStation and Xbox. But again, I want to talk about the possibility for Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. Now, full disclaimer, some of the ideas that I'm using in this video I got from Doctray81. You see, he made a video not too long ago, I'll put a link in the description below, where he was talking about how Tantalus, a developer that worked a lot on the Wii U, they poured over Deus Ex, they poured over Mass Effect, they did great jobs with those games, and then eventually Nintendo worked with them and they made Twilight Princess HD. So he drew that comparison to what Panic Button is doing now. They poured over Rocket League, Doom, and now Wolfenstein 2, and apparently something else new, that they're going to be announcing not too long from now. So I guess the implication is that they're going to maybe work with Nintendo on something else as well. Maybe another HD remake, maybe Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. And I think this makes sense for a lot of reasons. One, well, it's been a long time since Metroid Prime has been on a home console. There are a lot of new Nintendo fans. It's a new generation of gaming, and there are a lot of players that need to be introduced to the Metroid Prime series. And what better way to get gamers acquainted to the Metroid Prime series than with a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD remake shortly before, or maybe not, before Metroid Prime 4 is released. I think that would make a lot of sense. And on top of that, it kind of complements the sort of marketing strategy that Nintendo's going forward with for the Metroid series, because you see, they launched Federation Force in 2016, but they had a Metroid Prime 4 teaser at the end of the game, and then they had an actual official confirmation of Metroid Prime 4 2017 along with the game Samus Returns. And then this year they have Ridley announced as a character for Smash Bros. Ultimate, so they're doing all these different things to increase the awareness and brand recognition for the Metroid series. So having a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD remake would complement that strategy and really build things up for Metroid Prime 4 reveal and release, maybe next year, or sometime in the future. So it makes sense, but of course there are no rumors out there saying that this is going to happen. That Nintendo hasn't said anything. It just makes sense. A lot of fans have been clamoring for this. A Metroid Prime Trilogy HD would be a great way to actually bolster this 2018 lineup that we have, because a lot of Nintendo fans are a little disappointed with what we're getting this year from Nintendo. I think that maybe they could have brought out at least one or two more Nintendo published games this year, and a port or an HD remake is something that they would not need to necessarily announce at E3. So then maybe, the game that Panic Button is going to be announcing in a month or so from now is Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. It's possible, but I don't think it's likely, right? I don't think it's likely, so I don't want to get you guys too overhyped about this, but what if eventually Metroid Prime Trilogy HD becomes a reality, and what if Panic Button is a developer that Nintendo chooses to do it? I think it makes perfect sense. Look at what they did with Doom and now Wolfenstein 2. These are games that are first-person shooters that have modern elements, and especially alien elements with Doom, that have dual analog controls but are also fast-paced and are utilizing gyroscopic aiming on the Nintendo Switch. You see, my sort of vision, and I know a lot of people agree with me here, for Metroid Prime on the Nintendo Switch is to kind of go with dual analog controls but in a fast-paced manner, speed up the Metroid Prime gameplay a little bit, and even include gyroscopic aiming, which is something that we've seen utilized for Splatoon, Breath of the Wild, Doom, and now Wolfenstein 2. And what that offers is faster paced aiming that's more precise, and it allows you to aim and jump and press other face buttons all at the same time. These are not really options that you have with most games that are controlled with just dual analog, but when you introduce gyroscopic aiming, it allows for all of that, and it's kind of for a lot of players who are used to gyroscopic aiming, it's the best way to go. Just ask a whole bunch of pro Splatoon players, that's what they go with. It works really, really well. And Panic Button, like I said, they did Doom, they has gyroscopic aiming, they're doing Wolfenstein 2, and they've even gone said that they're trying to make it even better, fine-tune it, make it more precise than it even was on Doom. And, you know, they have the framework. They have the framework in terms of controls for Trilogy HD, and if you look at what they're doing with Doom and Wolfenstein 2, they are pushing the graphical boundaries for the Nintendo Switch. So Panic Button makes perfect sense for Metroid Prime, because Metroid Prime is the kind of game that pushes graphics on Nintendo systems. So Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, with those controls and the graphical know-how of Panic Button, would be a perfect fit. And they've done a great job with the Switch so far. They love the system. It makes sense for a lot of different reasons. So is it going to happen? Is it happening? Is it that game they're announcing next month? Probably not, but maybe. And if not, maybe now, maybe in the future. I think it makes way too much sense for too many reasons. But what do you guys think? Would you guys like to see Panic Button bring over Metroid Prime Trilogy HD? Would you like to see someone else do it? Do you think it's happening? Do you think it will happen eventually? I'm really curious what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. I want to know. I want to know, because I think this is something that could be, it's super cool, but we obviously, you know, it's unconfirmed information. It's not even a rumor. It's just pure speculation. But regardless, everyone, thank you so much for listening and watching up to this point. I'll see you guys all really soon. Bye.